Suspect in the deadly church shooting in Charleston, South Carolina has been named. This is Dylann Storm Roof. Police in South Carolina say he is the gunman who opened fire at a Bible study at Emmanuel AME Church. 9 people died in that shooting.
He matches the earlier description given by police. They said he was in his 20s, sandy blonde hair. This man, 21 years old, was previously arrested for trespassing. Again, we have just confirmed that this is the suspect police are looking for in the church shooting that killed 9 people in Charleston, South Carolina. A man named Dylann, middle name Storm, last name Roof, who had been previously arrested, which is why there's a mugshot of him, arrested for trespass for last night going into the Emmanuel AME Church and opening fire, killing 9 people.
That's right. The trespassing charge was for trespassing on another's pasture. There's also a wanted poster there. You see it there. It says that the suspect should be driving a 2000 Hyundai Elantra GS. It's also got the South Carolina registration number LGF330. The vehicle is dark colored. It matches very closely with the images that we had earlier from law enforcement officials. We want to bring back Ron Hosko. He's a former assistant director of the FBI. We've been talking to him all morning long about this horrific shooting. And Ron, now that the police have named the suspect, what do you make of that?
Well, not much of a surprise here, and just looking at these images that you flashed up, he looks remarkably like the pictures of the offender. It sounds like the vehicle description matches. This is not a particularly sophisticated crime, although incredibly deadly and tragic. And so I don't see a complicated escape plan or evasion plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Roof isn't in police custody in the next few hours or by the end of the day. They will throw a wide net around him. They will be collecting intelligence and information from family and friends, and I think it'll lead quickly to him.
Why do you think that he might be in custody? I mean, what is there to say that he's not miles away already if he had a car?
Yeah, I mean, this is a young man, and again, I don't see this as a sophisticated plot with a great plan on the back end to evade. We don't know what his network is. My supposition is, from looking at this picture of somebody who looks like a young teenager almost, I don't see great sophistication here, and that may make easy pickings for police to get in touch with him and bring him in.
Ron, talk to us about the investigation now that the suspect has been named. What are police and FBI agents doing? They're obviously talking to the family, looking to where he lives. Any acquaintances?
Absolutely. I mean, job one right now is to locate him and bring him safely into custody and have him stand in court to answer for these crimes. And so that will be family, friends, co-workers, prior employers, phones, money, to look at the electrons, look at the data, and see where this person is today and put him into custody, putting out a bolo to regional and area law enforcement so that he is brought in, he's identified quickly, there's no additional risk to the community, no additional risk to police officers who might encounter him, that this car description will be put out be on the lookout for. And while they're doing that, they're tightening up this investigation to make sure they have a rock-solid case. The proof is the evidence is collected from his house, from social media, from other indicators, all brought together in a very tight case.
Ron, clearly the suspect is armed and dangerous. What are the risks to law enforcement as they close in on him and to the community at large?
Well, they are quite high. We don't know how. We have an indicator of how violent he was against these targets, these victims in the church. We don't know how that will manifest itself, and it's not uncommon where, particularly in active shooter cases, where a lot of those end with the active shooter taking their own life as law enforcement closes in. So, presumably he still has the weapon, may have additional weapons, so law enforcement's approach will be very cautious. You certainly want to make sure that some innocent person from the public isn't caught in between in that encounter. And they will approach him cautiously with an eye towards, does this person want suicide by cop? Are they suicidal straight up? Or do they want to gun it out with the police?